Just a day to go for national elections in Pakistan. 128 million people are registered on the voting list, but not everyone is allowed. We're bringing you the story of a small village in Pakistan where women have been barred from voting for the last 50 years.
Pakistan is the world's fifth most populous nation. It's a country of 241 million people. So expectedly, elections are a high number game here. There are 128 million registered voters for this week's national elections, out of which 46% are women. But that's only on paper. In reality, in many places, politics and voting is still seen as a man's job. Like this tiny village in Pakistan's northeast. Dhurnal is about 200 kilometers from the capital of Islamabad. Here men have forbidden women from voting. That's been the norm for the last 50 long years.
From that time till now, it's the same. Because in this society, a woman is dependent on her husband, father, son, or even her brother. She cannot make decisions alone.
While some trace it back to a petty fight between women voters, others say the restriction is purely patriarchal. In older times, women were needed at home for chores, so going out for voting was seen pointless.
Several years ago, during a period of low literacy rates, a council chairman decreed that if men went out to vote and women followed suit, who would manage household and childcare responsibilities?
Voting is a constitutional right for all adults in Pakistan. But socially conservative areas have not changed with time. The Pakistani government has imposed a quota where 10% of votes cast in every constituency must be by women. However, local officials have found a loophole. In Dhurnal, they rely on neighboring villages to fill the quota.
These men also don't have the courage to give rights to these women. If women come forth themselves, work on it, start a campaign, then this process can begin.
If that's the voters' side of the story, it is no better with the lawmakers. Pakistan famously elected the world's first Muslim woman leader back in 1988, Benazir Bhutto. But more than 30 years later, only 312 women are competing for National Assembly seats. Compare that to the 4,807 men candidates. The story of Dhurnal village is not an exception. Power and politics continue to be seen as a man's job. And women stand on the periphery waiting to make their way in. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.